Hello students. Today we are going to start with the new chapter, and that is chapter 4, linear equations in two variables. Okay, I hope you know what is the meaning of a linear equation, right? So in the previous chapter, that is in polynomials, in the chapter polynomials, we have already studied about the linear equations, right? So what do you mean by linear equations? So linear equation means the equation of degree 1. Okay, it is of degree 1. Okay, we are talking about the equation of degree 1 only. Okay, for example, 3x plus 5 equals to 0. So what is the variable here? The variable here is x, right? The degree of this equation is 1, so it is a linear equation. Okay, but it is a linear equation in one variable. Okay, it is a linear equation in one variable because it has only one variable, that is x. Okay, but we are talking about linear equation in two variables. Okay, so two variables means one more variable should be there. 3x plus 2y equals to 8. Suppose if this is the equation, now see, it is 3x plus 2y equals to 8. So here we have two variables, that is x and y, right? Two variables x and y, and the degrees of both are 1, 1. So the degree of this linear equation is 1, right? So hence it is a linear equation in two variables. Okay, so basically what is the general form of the linear equation in two variables? Okay, so general form. Okay, so the general form of the linear equation in two variable is ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Okay, where the variables, because we are talking about two linear equation in two variables, there should be only two variables. So x and y are variables, only x and y are variable. Then what are a, b and c? A, b, c are constants, or you can say real numbers. Okay, real numbers means it can be any number. Okay, it cannot be some variable, it can be any real number, means half, 2, minus 1, 3, anything, but not a variable. So there are only two variables, x and y. Others a, b and c are constants. Okay, so this is the general form of the linear equation. Okay, so sorry, it's linear equation in two variables. Okay, so next we will do exercise 4.1. so we'll start with exercise 4.1. So what is question number 1 out there? The question is, the cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen. Okay, so whatever is the cost of a notebook, okay, so it is twice of the cost of the pen. So twice means two times. Okay, two times, or double, you can say double or two times. So you have to write a linear equation in two variables to represent this statement. So the given statement, that is the cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen, you have to represent it in a mathematical form, because it is given in words, right, like in English. Okay, so you have to represent it in a mathematical form, that also as a linear equation in two variables. Okay, so we need two variables for that. Okay, so what are the two variables? So you can say, let the cost of the notebook and a pen be rupees x and rupees y respectively. So what do you mean by this? I have written, let the cost of a notebook and a pen be rupees x and rupees y respectively. This means the cost of a notebook is x and the cost of a pen is y, isn't it? So in that way we have introduced two variables. So now we have to construct a linear equation in these two variables. Okay, so according to question, okay, according to question, what is given? The cost of notebook is equals to twice, means 2 times 2 into the cost of a pen, right? So this can be written as cost of notebook is how much? X, equals to 2 cost of pain is y, so 2y, isn't it? So this you can write it as x minus 2y equals to 0. So this is the linear equation, isn't it? Because the degree of this equation is 1 and number of variables are 2, x and y. Okay, so in this way you can do the sum. Okay, so now let us move to the next question, that is question number 2. Okay, so what is question number 2? So the question number 2 says that express in the form ax plus by plus c equals to 0. So you have to express the given equations in the form ax plus by plus c equals to 0. That is in the general form, right? And find the values of a, b and c. Also you have to write the values of a, b and c in each of the following equations. Okay, so let us start with number 1. So the question number 1 is 2x plus 3y equals to 9.35 recurring, isn't it? So here this means that 35 is repeating. Okay, that you already know. So now what we have to do is, now we have to express it in the form of ax plus by plus c equals to 0. So it obviously means x, y and the constant. This c is constant, no variable is there, right? Isn't it? No variable is there in c. So this constant has all to be brought in the left hand side itself, and the right hand side should be 0. For example, so 2x plus 3y. Now if I try to bring this one to the left hand side, it will become minus 9.35 recurring equals to 0. Now it is in the form of ax plus by plus c equals to 0. So what is the value of a? A, in place of a we have 2, because it is ax, no, in front of x. A is the coefficient of x. Now y, a, by. So what is b? B is the coefficient of y. So in front of y, what do we have here? 3. So b is 3. And now c, what is c? C is the constant term, and the constant term we have is minus 9.35. Okay, because since we have plus here, you have to remember the sign. So it's, if plus is there, you have to consider the sign also. So it will be minus 9.35. Okay, so in this way you can do. Similarly, let me do number 2. Okay, 2 you can do it yourself. I'll do number 4. Okay, so what is question number 4? The question number 4 is x equals to 3y. So here also in right hand, to convert this in this form, everything has to be brought to the left hand side and the right hand side has to be 0. Okay, so this can be written as x minus 3y equals to 0, right? Isn't it? So then what is a here? Therefore a equals to 1, because the coefficient of x is 1. What is b? B is the coefficient of y, that is minus 3, isn't it? So what is c? C is a constant term. So constant term we don't have here. See here x, y, then no constant term, directly we have 0. So if there is no constant term, then it is 0. Okay, so next number 5, number 6 I will do. The question number 6 is 3x plus 2 equals to 0. Okay, so you have to write it in the form ax plus by plus c equals to 0, isn't it? So how will you write? So ax, 3x is already there, plus by. Where is y? There is no y. So obviously I can write it as 0 into y, that is 0, isn't it? Just to introduce y. So plus 2 is already there, equals to 0. Now this is in the form of ax plus by plus c equals to 0. So what is a? A is 3, right? What is b then? B is the coefficient of y, that is 0. So what is c? C is plus 2, that is 2, isn't it? Okay, so in similar way I will do number 7. It is y minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, so then we don't have x here, so obviously I'll write 0 into x plus y minus 2 equals to 0. So what is a here? A is obviously in front of x we have 0, so 0. What is b? B is in front of y we have 1. So what is c? C is along with the sign you have to write, that is minus 2. Okay, so in similar way you can do number 2, number 3, number 5, and number 8 as your homework. Okay, so you have to express it in the form of ax plus by plus c equals to 0, and you have to write the values of a, b and c also. Okay, so